Okay, the crypto market is making some crazy moves over the past 24 hours. After reaching $70,000, the price all of a sudden fell all the way back down to 66. And I'm telling every single one of you right now, it's just as I described yesterday. It's a trap. Or rather, it is a things will get slightly worse before they get better type of situation. And it basically all starts at the Ethereum ETFs, as we had described. Usually, the moment they come on in, like we saw with Bitcoin, the expectation is that so many people are trying to exit a position they've held for extremely long, in this case here, the grayscale one, that all the inflows we're seeing on the others are partially because of this grayscale exit. But for the most part, at this point now, can't be overshadowed by the ridiculous numbers. But there's another addition to that, which is, think about it. If you know Ethereum ETFs are a thing, and you want to start buying into it, you probably are going to need approval from a couple of different people on your board over time, etc. These things might take a few weeks, or especially if you're trying to change over your entire freaking treasury, it might take a few months before everybody has agreed that it's a smart thing, or before they fully understand what they're buying into. So when it comes to these ETFs, from all we've seen on BlackRock's pages, we know that they are bullish. It's just a matter of time. Because once more, ladies and gentlemen, all that's happening in the background right now is so bullish, I can't even begin to lay this down for y'all. One of the things that just happened, the SEC moves to amend the complaint against Binance, no longer seeks to prove tokens such as Solana are securities. If you don't know why this is crazy bullish, then you, my friend, are all the way lost. But there's actually slightly more that happened throughout the night. One thing that many people found quite scary was that the United States government, even though they've been so bullish over the past couple of days with Trump, right? Trump can just be a front. So people are a bit afraid that the US government, even though they've been saying they're not going to sell anymore, has just moved $2 billion to 2 new addresses. But because I like to keep it real with y'all, I'll also tell you one piece of negative news that I found, which is the fact that no Solana ETF is actually up and coming as per the near term. And again, near term, I'd say we think a few months, maybe 6 months or so, but we imagined it was going to probably be early next year. And perhaps for that reason, this bull run will be slightly longer than the previous ones we've seen because of all the institutional interest pushing the curve backwards a little. I mean, the more speculators that join into an ecosystem, the more everything messes up. And when it comes to these institutions, for the most part, I believe, if they all take a little bit of time to start going for it, but they're all mostly long-term believers, then the timeline is just pushed back a little, and the bull run is less hard, less quick. So it takes slightly more time and goes less parabolic because these people are in for the long term, speculate with tons of money, but just are not as erratic. Whereas if you get a market only filled with degens, things move fast and move crazy, all right. Then again, I want you to remember, though, that right now the Bitcoin price is back to where it was a few years back. Matter of fact, it's below that price threshold right now, but so much has happened. And yesterday, with the price going to 70,000, I think it was a slight hint for the good times that are about to come. Anyway, talking about looming events, there's something really important happening within 48 hours. And of course, we're talking about the FOMC, the meeting where they discuss the interest rates, which is set for July 31st. And usually this messes up the markets a little bit. I mean, the next one is another month and a half out. The 18th of September. And if you scroll through here and actually start clicking, you can see the progression of interest rates and what the expected values are going to be. But for the most part, people find the most nearest upcoming one extremely important because this might be the paradigm shift already. Again, it might be pushed back one more meeting, but soon enough policy has to change. And I think what's interesting is with Biden now dropping out, right? Because you have to keep that in mind. And with Trump now going up so many freaking ranks here in the short term, from any perspective, everybody is on their toes right now. One wrong move, if the people perceive it wrong, you're out. And I think every one of these politicians and also economists, or I guess board members, they all know that. I will say another thing. Very recently here, just yesterday and a few days before, I just recorded the opposite thing. I was saying that a bull market usually lasts about 150 weeks, of which the first 70 weeks are up and coming, and the last 70 weeks are a crazy raging bull market. But of that, only let's say 40 weeks are where altcoins are in a really good spot to be bought. which usually is around this time, maybe a few weeks in the future. What you have to understand is that many of the coins you've hated throughout the last few months here, even though it's been a bull market, we're not in the best of spots. No, their time will come very soon. And so what people are doing right now is not thinking, this coin has not performed the best, so let me skip it. I hate it. No, people are thinking, whoa, wait a minute. We are getting into an area right now of the crypto market where these assets usually start performing like crazy. Again, we have two different investors, the value investors and the momentum investors. Value, you buy for what is going to be in the future. Momentum is you buy what's doing good in the past, what's probably going to continue like that in the future. Both of those, though, are getting to a really good point right now where many coins have not gone for crazy gains yet, which we do expect will get there in the future. But also, if we break the 70K threshold, if we break the 72K threshold, which is the most important one, it's very likely that altcoins will start to flourish again pretty quickly. So some people are speculating as to when that level for Bitcoin is going to be broken, because most likely their portfolios will see more crazy gains by either longing it with some leverage, Bitcoin, preemptively, or on the opposite side, now getting into those altcoins, basically in lieu or waiting for that Bitcoin break to be made. I saw something else on Twitter. I've not confirmed whether or not this was true. Neither does it really matter. XRP Captain said XRP price just hit $2 on MEXC platform and got rejected. Something's brewing. And the only thing you need to know about this is if I go to MEXC right now, I put $17 million into the platform and I press buy. The price is going to go up to, I think, infinite. I'm not too sure how liquid the order book is on MEXC. But most likely, the price would just skyrocket up to the freaking moon. For the most part, it's just either somebody with a fat finger, a misconfigured bot, maybe somebody who wanted to do this for the articles, maybe a glitch on MEXC's side. There's a lot of things which could have happened here. And depending on what caused it, this might mean that people were actually able to sell their XRP for almost $2 a coin. Because indeed, just looking at it, the price did go there. I've just been double checking it here just to be sure because I wanted to see. So the price literally hit $2 on MEXC, which means probably, right? If depending on what the glitch is coming from. If you had orders at all these different levels, you could have potentially gotten a lot of your XRP sold at the freaking top. Now, volume though is I forgot that I was in the process of combing my crazy hair. Anyway, like I was saying, the volume was rather low, though, significantly lower than just on these kind of neutral days, which is leading me to believe that it was just a really illiquid order book or some sort of just visual glitch here. Anyway, right now as it stands, though, Bitcoin did get rejected, basically exactly what we expected to get rejected on, but we'll talk about that over on the trading channel. All I say for right now here is we're bullish, and as I stated before, things might get slightly worse before they get a lot better. We've got some really important things coming up within 48 hours, like the FOMC meeting. Things in the background are changing. Look at the Solana lawsuit difference. The Ripple lawsuit is soon going to be over. Things are looking better and better by the day. Yes, there are some outflows, but soon enough, those will finish as well and turn to mostly inflows like we saw with Bitcoin. And historically, this has been the moment where things super cycle, like I said on the trading channel. So make sure you're ready.